my child my channel is a live channel, therefore it's not a point um, that this channel should continue with content that is not live, which is why I make regular live content. I think it's important that regular live content is made because one, it allows me to connect with my viewers more directly. You know, it hasn't been edited. You know, it's direct from the heart. Basically, I like to address criticisms that people have made that this channel is an anti-Muslim channel. Whoever has, made these accusations or observations against me, I can say that they are absolutely 100% true. This channel is 100% an anti-Muslim channel. By that, I mean I'm currently the owner of this channel. Whoever owns it in future may change the direction of it. But as far as I'm in control of this channel, I will be against Islam and the Muslim religion. And so insofar as that, I don't wish there to be any confusion at all on that note. So, for example, I'm against child marriage. So, child marriage, happened in England. I'm sure Henry VIII's wives had been previously married. Some of them quite young, perhaps even in parts of the world now. There's still children getting married and whatnot. But the very fact that the Prophet Muhammad's wife was, like, God knows, 10, less than 10. Some have said 6. Let's struggle to believe that, but yeah, I am against that. I don't believe that a 6-year-old child can enter into, like, a marriage, you know, insofar as that they're the leader of their religion. The prophet claims to have married a lady that young. It just beggars belief. I think he also married an older lady. I think older than him. Is it Aisha? Am I wrong? Probably. But the fact of the matter, child marriage, against it. There'll be winged horses, in the Quran, against that. Holy war, against that. We had this Muslim coming on the channel recently saying that he thinks that Muslims are the best people on earth. Well, that very statement is absolutely... no, it's great that he says that. At least he's speaking from the heart. But for him to say that, he's just slaying all the other religions. I find ridiculous. He's slaying the Buddhists. He's slaying the Christians. He's slaying the Jews. Why is he singled out Muslims as being the best people? He says that they give money to charity. Well, some of these charities probably support sort of extremist causes around Well, we don't know. Can somebody please educate me on this? If I'm mistaken, because it may well be that I'm mistaken. But for God's sake, just don't just sit there and listen to it and say, I'm a Muslim, you know, I'll punch your lights out if you want to fight me. I fight really good. That's what one guy said to me. I'm not interested in fighting on the streets. Not because I won't win. It's not about winning or losing. Can we have a conversation, please? Roger, Ash. Roger. So basically, it's not about winning or losing a fight. If you don't like this channel, if you think it's anti-Muslim, I've already told you that it's right. But don't stand there and say stuff like, Muslims are the best. We were invited after the Second World War to build up this country. Most of the people that built this country after the Second World War were white. Absolutely white. Yes, it's true that England lost a lot of men in the Second World War. And it is one of the reasons that Enoch Powell invited people over to fill the skills gap. And then the workforce gap, yeah, it's one of the reasons. But don't tell me that Muslims rebuilt this country after the Second World War and we got them to thank. What about the whites that rebuilt this country? What about the Sikhs? There may well have been a few Muslims, yeah. They came over. Just didn't like his tone, did you? Oh, Muslims are the best. We give so much money to charity. And then, just this whole sense, you read his comment, almost saying, like, the Muslims are the master race. For me, that's as bad as Hitler. If you're claiming one race is better than another. The thing is about Christianity, it doesn't have a people, a particular colour, particular class. It says all that believe in him shall have a place in heaven. It's as simple as that. It's faith and not works, lads. That means if you believe that Jesus is your Lord and Saviour, then you go into heaven. So you're saved. Yeah. It's not complex. And I'm not excusing the Crusades and anything like that. I'm not excusing it. However, what can you say like a murderer on death row? Confess, believe, and go to heaven. Whereas maybe it's different for Muslims. Maybe I don't know, you tell me. Is it more works? Is it about how much money you give? Nowhere in the Bible does it say, surely. If you don't give X amount of money, or percent or whatever, that you're not going to heaven. Anyway, so yeah, in that sense, yes, I stand against Islam. Yes. In a sense, This country is being invaded, not by white people, but most of them brown Muslim people that are changing the fabric of this country. And a lot of these Muslims are actually actually genuinely they're actually genuinely good people, and genuinely people that, that believe in God. That are genuinely people that, yes, they believe, and yes, they are pious, and yes, they're probably more pious than most Christians. They probably commit less crime than Christians. But at the end of the day, they're changing the fabric of society. They really are. The fabric of this British society. They're changing it. They're changing it so much that we feel strangers in our own country. It happened before. It happened with the Anglo-Saxons. They came over, whatever, before 300, around 400, 500 AD. They came over and they pushed a lot of the ethnic Britons out because they brought this culture. And the ethnic Britons, they were already slightly Romanized and they got pushed out. Some of them went to Brittany. Some of them went to the north of Spain. They fled because of the invasion of the Anglo-Saxons. And if you're saying you're Anglo-Saxon, you are effectively a white German. That is what it is. I mean, people that are saying it's that Saxon means British is absolutely bollocks. It's not an understanding of history that is correct. And again, if you think I'm wrong, you better challenge me on it. You really do need to challenge me on it. So back to the Muslims. You know, it's not the first time this fair island of Britain, the painted people, have been invaded. It's not the first time. But it is an invasion. It's an invasion of economic migration. Some of it is no doubt legit asylum seekers. But for the most part, it's economic migration, and it is changing our fair Albion for the worst. What we're getting is an influx of Muslims that is changing the very fabric of our communities. And I've told you time and time again in my videos, some of these areas in Britain I've travelled to are very much white, very much. Some of you have said you feel safe in these cities that are white or towns. I will say the following. I don't know the level of crime that you'd get in an all-white city compared to a mixed city. Compare that to a mostly Muslim city or town or part of a town in the UK. I don't know. What I do know is the town that's mostly Muslim in the UK is gonna be like ghettoist. It's gonna be ghettoist on the most part. Most of the most of the population is gonna be living in slums. They're gonna put rubbish not only in the back garden and in the back of the in the alleyways, but they're also gonna put their rubbish in their front gardens, and that's most of them. Is this how we want our country to be? Do we want ghettos? Because this is what's happening. However, however, if the Muslims had their way, and some of them would have Sharia law, would it work? I'm not a futurist. I can't answer that. But what I would say is, if we look to Dubai and we see the levels of crime there, do they tolerate drugs there? Not really. How's the levels of crime there? It's low. It's very low, lads. And I ask you this question if you've listened this far, and you are long suffering if you have. And I bless you for it. I ask you this one question, and please, if you're too scared to answer, that's fine, but just think about it. Is the level of crime in Dubai so low because of Sharia law? Or is it because of the amount of money that they put into their police force? Just think about those two things. Please, just think about those two things. And I might talk about that later on my channel. You remember the question? I'll repeat it again. Why is the crime so low in Dubai? Is it because of the money that they pump into their police force? Or is it because of Sharia, and by extension, Islam? This is JC ending this audit. Thank you very much for watching. Sorry I have to end it. Please comment. This will be in the live section if you missed it. JC out.